Taiwan is now offering to pay tourists to visit the country. That's right, you heard it correctly. Taiwan is giving away cash incentives to those who come to explore this gem of an island. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why is Taiwan doing this? Keep watching to find out. Taiwan is a country that boasts breathtaking landscapes, delicious food, and fascinating culture. However, due to the global pandemic, the tourism industry has taken a hit, and Taiwan wants to welcome visitors back to help stimulate the economy. My sister Shirley was recently in Taiwan and ate at some of the yummiest restaurants in Taipei, including this one called Nagomi, a Japanese buffet by Xinye, which is the hottest buffet to try your luck at getting a reservation at. But don't worry, with Taiwan paying you to come, this meal would be so worth it. So let me give you the details on this amazing incentive program. They'll give handouts of 5,000 NTD for $165 to 500,000 individual tourists. Allowances of up to 20,000 NTD or $658 will also be provided to 90,000 tour groups. The transport minister stated that the cash allowance will be delivered digitally. Tourists will be able to use it to cover their expenses in Taiwan, including for accommodation. Taiwan is an island nation that is often overlooked, but it's truly a hidden gem that deserves more attention. The country has so much to offer, and with this incredible incentive program, there has never been a better time to visit. If you can get a reservation, this will set you back 1,280 taipei or $42 per person for lunch. We got lucky, and after waiting on the wait list, we scored a reservation. There's a whole section for Taiwan mushi, fried food section, roast beef, and sashimi sushi station. There are a lot of different Japanese dishes like sukiyaki and clam soup, as well as grilled fish and shrimp. One of our favorites are the fried oysters, so crispy and juicy inside. And there's a large selection of local fresh fruits, desserts, and ice cream to finish off your meal. Since it's my nephew, Leo's first time in Taiwan, we took him to a local temple to pay his respects and get blessed. If this is your first time visiting Taiwan or Asia, I'd recommend visiting a temple. They're really beautifully ornate and depict a story. A really famous one is Longshan Temple, one of Taipei's most famous temples. It's a Chinese folk religious temple in Wanhua district. Some temples have designated entrances and exits, so make sure you walk through the right one to stay blessed. Another tip is that there are usually food stands by the temples with really delicious foods and dishes where locals hang out and grab a bite. Another fun, unique Taiwanese experience was going to Yong Street and renting traditional dresses for a day. Prices range from 600 to 1,000 NTD, depending on the style of the dress you choose. You can also pay extra for hair and makeup, and pay for a 30-minute photo shoot that was taken in the upstairs studio with the store's photographer. Here are some of my favorite things to do in Taiwan that I highly recommend. Go enjoy some afternoon tea. This is the Yen Bar at W Hotel. Other afternoon tea spots I've been to with views of Taipei 101 is the Shangri-La and the Marco Polo Lounge. Another must-do is visiting Yong Kang Street. This is a super popular street amongst locals and tourists. There's a lot of award-winning restaurants and top restaurants just on the street alone. It's not that large of an area, so you can cover a lot of ground, but there's so much packed on this street. There's so many Japanese influences and hidden gems, restaurants, and cafes that every time I come, I discover so many new things. It's near Sida and TNU, so there's always a lot of students around. I took classes there during my gap year and would always grab a meal here with my classmates, such as this tomato beef noodle soup shop that is one of my favorites. The soup is so flavorful and a bit tangy from the tomatoes, which is a unique twist to the classic world-famous Taiwanese beef noodle soup. After eating a delicious meal, go explore the streets, and if you see a stationery store in Taiwan, pop in. There are so many things to discover inside. Time just melts away and I get lost in every stationery, convenience, and drugstore here. They're filled with so many gems and goodies. Even the bakeries are incredible. Yong Kang Street is super cute and reminds me of the older small streets of Japan. There are a lot of Japanese influences in Taiwan since Japan colonized Taiwan in the 19th century. So my grandparents and my mom actually speak some Japanese. And of course, you must go to a night market. Even on a rainy day, I still recommend going to the night market. There'll be less people, which may be preferred by some, like myself. And try all the foods you see. Everything is delicious and incredible. Check out the linked video above for an in-depth video of my favorite night market foods. You can't go wrong with any of the night markets you go to in Taiwan. There are some really big popular ones, but there are also some smaller ones like this one that I like called Ningxia Night Market. It's also a super popular one though, so there's always a lot of people. The Laoban, or boss, is saying that you can't get this anywhere else in the world, and he's right, you really cannot. Night markets consist of many stalls lined up side by side. There are usually restaurants behind it and lots of shops selling knickknacks, technology, accessories, and there are also usually some fun games for kids. Night markets are open every night of the week, except over Lunar New Year, and make sure to bring cash. Another cute, unique thing to do in Taiwan is visiting the alpaca cafe in the countryside. Yes, you'll be dining with alpacas from Peru in Taiwan. How crazy is that? Make sure to get one of the best sellers, the bear hot pot. If you're curious about the other foods we got, check out the linked video up top. Yep, that's right. All you can eat hot pot is super popular in Taiwan. It's a crazy experience and a must do. This one is called Shangla Spicy Hot Pot. And like a buffet, you pick your ingredients, but here you can also order specialty items off an iPad. All you can eat hot pot usually has a time limit. Here we had 2 hours to eat as much as we wanted. You can choose from different price points that determine the type and cuts of meat and whether it includes seafood. We love seafood, so we went with the meat and seafood option. Mala, which can be translated as numbing spicy fragrant pot. Yes, it's quite spicy, and sometimes it is so spicy that your mouth goes numb. But that's definitely a Taiwanese favorite for the soup base, so if you can handle your spice, give it a try. There's so much food to discover in Taiwan. I hope you find these local tips helpful. Comment any questions you have, and I hope you take advantage of Taiwan paying tourists to come to Taiwan, because I'm not biased or anything as a Taiwanese, but it truly is an underestimated country to visit. I'd love to know if you managed to get paid to visit Taiwan, so let me know here or on any of my social media platforms. Thanks so much for watching.